Assalamualaikum and hello. My name is Muhammad Muzamil bin Almi, metric number A20A1546. I would like to discuss the work of Henri and Max Weber as it related to the general administrative approach to management. Firstly, brief explanation on the approach. Management is the coordination and the administration of tasks to achieve a goal. Such administration activities include setting the organization strategy and coordinating the effort of staff to accomplish this objective through the application of available resources. Henri and Max Weber were among the primary contributors to put forward the administrative management theory. Administrative management is completely different from scientific management, where scientific management, supported by the one of the earliest advocates, Frederick W. Taylor, is deal with the job of individual employees. Whereas administrative management focus on managing the total organization. Let's go to Henri Fayol 5 management function. First is planning. Second is organizing. Third is commanding. 4 is coordinating. 5 is controlling. Henri Fayol also contribute to 14 principal management, which is division of work, authority and responsibility, discipline, unity of command, unity of direction, subordination of individual interests, remuneration, centralization, scale chain, order, equity, stability, initiative, and esprit de corps. Then let's go to Max Weber bureaucratic theory. Bureaucratic theory divided to 6, where number 1, task specialization, 2, hierarchical layers of authority, 3, formal selection, 4, rules and requirement, 5, impersonal, 6, career orientation. Second, let's go to my viewpoint about the approach in today's content. Henri Fayol management theory is still relevant in today's content and are evident in almost organization. In almost every job, there is employee who delegates tasks and an employee to complete them. This management element can meet the needs and achieve the goal of an organization because its idea in general management can be extended to a major activities of an organization. Then, bureaucratic theory introduced by Max Weber is still relevant today to some companies or organization, or the best example are government, agency, and university. While Weber theory prioritizes efficiency, it is necessarily the best practice for leaders to implement. Thus, Fayol ideas are the basis of modern strategies, as he attempts to understand what activities managers should do. Likewise, Weber ideas can be seen very clearly in human resources management, in that manager should make decisions based on policy rather than will.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Dan Afrika binti Rosli. Today, I would like to tell about related example between Henri Fayol and Max Weber. Divisions of level leads to as specialized and high-skilled worker, but it also can lead to tedium and burden. The pyramids organizations structure with responsibility splits into divisions, departments, and teams. It's based on principles of bureaucracy. Okay, next for advantage. Firstly, specializations. A bureaucratic organizations provides the advantage to specializations because every member is resigns a specialist task to perform. Next, structure sets a piece and framework for the functionings of the organization. Okay, next, rationality. A mixture of objective is ensured by prescribing in advance the criteria for decision maker in routine situations. Lastly, predictability. The rule, regulations, specializations, structure, and training import predictability and thereby ensure stable in the organization. Okay, next, for disadvantage, firstly, rigidity, rule and regulations in a bureaucracy are often rigid and inflexible. Next, goal disbursements. Rule frames to achieve organizations to each level become an end to themselves. Next, impersonality. Organizations' rules and regulations are given priority over an individual needs and emotions. Lastly, compartment activity. Jobs are given into category which treat people for performing tasks that they are capable of performing. That's all for me. Thank you.
Everyone, I'm going to talk about the related examples of Abraham Maslow's theory. The first one is air, food, and water are referred as the physiological needs. Eating, drinking, and extraction is a necessary and integral part of our daily life activities, although it is considered to a very special activity. Bathing and dressing are also essential to our basic needs. It also belongs to physiological needs. Being fired and having no savings can make meeting our security needs very difficult. It falls into the security, which is category of the security needs. Employees strive to ensure a safe work environment throughout their careers. It belongs to also security needs. The last one is when a student is motivated and appreciated, they tend to increase their academic performance compared to the less motivated student. An excellent academic achievement will increase history organizations in a school and society, which is increase the students' confidence, respect, esteem. It is a category of self-esteem. The second one is I'm going to talk about advantages and disadvantages of this theory. The first one is advantages. There are three advantages, which is it's take into account human nature. It gives consideration to a basic human nature that is demanding more as the lower level needs as are satisfied. And the second one is very simple to understand, even layman can understand related to this theory, because we all go through this stage of needs pyramid during our lifetime. The last one is it's relevant in all fields. Like it is relevant in almost all fields of human life, because where you are at home or at workplace, you will definitely start with your basic needs only. Now disadvantages are also three, which is not all people think the same way. Therefore, for some people, social affection and respect is more important than security needs, and this is the reason when we see many people having a big ceremony of their children's birthday or wedding or buying expensive car to show off to the society before buying a family insurance plan or buying a house for a family, because they are more satisfied with showing off to society than with meeting the safety needs of the family. The second one is necessarily culture difference when the theory is applied to the different nation, as each nation or country has a different culture. The last one is it is very difficult to measure the satisfaction of on satisfies each level of needs. It is subjective in nature because it is the human mind which cannot be predicted by any mission or method. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Yasodharan, son of Virasamy, number matrix 820-82086. Nextly, we move on question number 2, that is, describe how the work of Abraham Maslow influenced in management. In question number 2, we continue with number 1 content, that is, briefly explained in the approach. This is a hierarchical pyramid of Maslow needs. There are 5 needs in this theory influenced in management. First is psychological needs. They are basic needs include what is need for oneself, such as need to get food, drinks and shelter at a workplaces. Secondly was security needs. Included in this requirement are personal safety, financial security, health, and we not be a victim of abuse of power. Employees will also seek safety job freedom from external and internal threats. Thirdly, the need of sociology is that the relationship between managers and employees will be tighter. Fourthly, STEM requirements. This need has to do with the need for employees to be respected and given the opportunity to respect others. Give them tasks that can give them the opportunity to contribute. Lastly, personal needs. This need is related to the need to achieve one's own ambitions according to the potential of human being employee. Maslow also labels that motivation differently as a meta motivation. Nextly, I continue with content number 2, that is your viewpoint about the approach in today's content. I said earlier, I believe that example for Maslow a community is given kind of focuses generally that member of this community fit their personal goals. Secondly, Maslow in management in his principle and assumption that everyone would rather be involved and committed to this community works, but only on a smaller scale we see it fall apart when it and more individual across larger and messes higher stakes and government are involved. Thirdly and lastly too, MC Georgi theory Y and Maslow, the assumption about individual are similar as noted before. They focus both on the fact that individual is motivated want to be successful now. Success is defined by many different items. It might be an individual being productive at their job. They may have personal goals that compete with or contribute to the overall company or overall organization goals. That's all from me about these two content. I hope everyone understand. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Haikal Firdaus bin Hazman. My number metric is 20B1354. I've been appointed to the regarding conclusion for our assignment. So, for conclusion to this assignment, we can relate management is really important to person or organization. Management is an attainment of organizational goal in an effective and efficient manner through planning, organizing, leading, and controlling organizational resources. Planning means setting an organization's goal and deciding how best to achieve them. Next, organizing involves determine how activities and resources are to be grouped. Leading is the set of processes used to get members of organizations to work together to further the interests of the organization. Last, controlling is an organization's progress towards its goals. As you already know, to be a leader or a manager in a company, they have to know and expert in management skills such as human, technical, and conceptual skill. For your information, to be a good leader, they must have relationship skills to management. This is because leader need to motivate and be a role model for employee. It is can improve the productivity in organization. Besides, employees should learn about management skills because employees nowadays are exposed with many tasks and projects. Without management skills, employees can get stressed and rushing to doing their tasks. It's also the productivity will not efficient. So I think that's all for my conclusion. Thank you.